Hey, welcome back to SeaOrama, World of Shipping, and our company, XP Worldwide. We're going to jump straight back into it because we have a lot of work to do. The goal is to purchase our second ship as quickly as possible and continue to outwork our rival companies. It looks like we need to refuel and accept our next contract. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. We have 42,000 tons of general break bulk going to the port of Tacoma and Seattle. We also have a contract to Vietnam and a contract down to Peru. Let's go ahead and accept this contract over to Seattle. What kind of prices are we working with for gas? For fuel. Not too bad. But is there anywhere along the way that can get us something better? That would be better, but we cannot refuel at the Port of Miami. 438. What are we working with here? 438, same thing. So let's just fill up real quick. And we'll just get underway. Looks like we can make this entire trip at 9 knots if we wanted to, but let's increase to 10 to give ourselves a little more room there and start contract. Very good. Loading. Oops. That was an accident, and we're underway. Awesome. I would really like to purchase this ship as quickly as possible and expand our company. We have a bulk carrier right now called Anju's Adventure, but I would like to get into either the container business or the tanker business, preferably the tanker business, but we'll see what kind of deals we can get when the time comes. The goal right now is to save about $10 million and then start looking at our options for a used ship. Excellent, got plenty of time to work with here. We'll lower to 9 knots now, and we still have plenty of time. Looking at the bank, we are almost halfway done with paying off our first ship. We need to pay 60 installments, and we are at 28. So about 32 more months to go. And that will greatly increase our profits. See how we're doing on time. Still good. Excellent. And looks like we're going to get some good prices here in Seattle for fuel. And there's 10 contracts we'll get to choose from. That's great. Hopefully we get a good one. I want a big one. I want a big contract. Awesome. Let's go ahead and refuel. That's a great price. Oh, there is a big contract all the way back to Belgium. Okay. What else do we have? To the Philippines, 43 days. And 34 days to South Korea for 931. We're about 20 more days for more than double. Yeah. Let's do that. And we got 10 days leeway there, so we can really Probably profit well off of this one. Not much we can do about carrying more tonnage, because our ship only holds 60,000 tons. We are at full fuel, and even at 9 knots, we're going to be making great time. But we're going to start off at 10 just to make some of that trip before we decrease to 9. And usually my strategy is to find somewhere along the way to refuel, but I think we're doing okay right now. And hopefully these prices in Belgium stay low, because they are really, really good right now. Awesome. And let's keep going. Once we break the canal, we'll try to do 9 across the Atlantic. And let's fix this overlay, because this one is much more enjoyable. The music is quite good, quite relaxing, and the whole idea of this game is just to stay focused and not losing money on your contracts. And I keep doing that. I apologize. All right. Doing great on time still, so let's lower it down to 9. And we're rolling through the month of June. Pretty soon we'll have another payment made. Right about halfway at the end of June. It'll be much more interesting to work with 2 or more ships and keep managing and tracking these numbers. Really good game, great concept. I think in the future it would be more fun to have some deeper control over your crew, some more scenarios that take place, some decisions, working compatibility amongst like the relationship of the crew to make your ship run more efficiently or not. Oh, great fuel prices there. But for now, it's just about powering through, and we're getting some good contracts here. So we're going to go down to Chile with this one for another 2 million, or back home to our homeland, Japan, which is where we chose our home port. But that is a lengthy trip, and this one is not as lengthy, and we're going to make more out of it. So let's go with that. We're just going to keep on rolling here, because this is going good. Plenty of time to spare, but we want to knock these out, so let's just keep rolling with this. Yeah, you know, that's fine. Ooh, we might pay some heavy prices down there. Oh, those are even worse. Sheesh. Okay, nothing we can do about that, though. Unless we want to refill fuel early, which we're not going to do. So we'll just, if we have to, we'll pay the price. Yeah, let's go. Loading. And we're underway. Awesome. Back across the Atlantic. We'll make 10 knots this time. There's really no need for us to lower our speed at the moment because our eco rating is so high. We could even increase speed. Oh, we're hitting a storm there. Our ship has been doing so well through these storms. and this storm is not even really affecting us at the moment. Let's load that screen back up. Yeah. No damage to the ship. That's just great. And we'll be passing through the Panama Canal once again. 3 for 3 on the last 3 trips through the Panama. Another installment down. Excellent. So those loan payments and these canal costs are eating away at our profits a little bit, but we're still doing good. We're still doing good. We're getting those bank reputation points, and we're still chipping away at that, and we're increasing our savings at the same time. So it is a little slow going at the moment, but that will all change soon, won't it? All right. Awesome. Can we repair here? We can't repair, or we don't have need to, but let's take a look at a couple upgrades that we need to keep up to date, which are mostly these analysis contracts. They're gonna keep our ship from breaking down. And also this one, inspection and adjustments to ICCP. Inspection and adjustments of the impressed current cathodic protection system to guarantee sufficient protection levels at all times. The ICCP systems are a more cost-efficient corrosion prevention method for the hull of the ship, and that gives us a 5% increase in speed and a 3% less consumption. So we want that, and these other analysis contracts, which are always good. A total cost of 28,000, almost 29,000. It'll take us 7 days to install, but that is nothing compared to the reason we're getting these, the benefit. So we'll stay in port until those upgrades are made, and we'll hold off on looking at contracts until that's over. And down here you can see we're at the shipyard. That's great. Shouldn't cost us too much to sit around, and we do need to look at fuel real quick, but 461 is not as high as it was before, so excuse me, that's not bad. Let's go ahead and grab that fuel right now. A little pricey, but that's okay. And back through the Panama Canal, it looks like we're gonna go a 50-day trip to Romania for 1.8 million. Yes, let's go back up this way. We'll accept that contract. Romania is quite a trip. Oh, we can't refuel in Portugal. We can't refuel in Spain. We can't refuel in Tripoli. That's interesting. Okay. Not many options for refuel around here. And that's a little pricey. Oh well. Oh well. We're going anyway. Let's go ahead and start contract. Loading. And underway. Going north, and then east, back across the Atlantic once again. Well, when it's good, it's good. And so far, these past few trips have been really good. It could be an interesting tactic. Wow, I really keep hitting that button. I feel like the W button, I want to somehow like scroll up the screen even though there's nowhere to go, and then it keeps opening the crew menu, which let's take a look at. Yeah, our crew's excellent. 147 days left on all their contracts because we keep rehiring them all at the same time. We're going to keep them together for quite a while. Granted, they don't lose their cool and start messing up. I've been really lucky so far with the crew. The last playthrough that I did, which I got to about 20 million in savings before I decided I wanted to start recording this, because I wasn't really seeing anybody playing on hard. The crew in that playthrough was messing up all the time, and I was like on my third captain because the first two were grounding the ship left and right, and I was paying a fortune in repair costs, and I just haven't seen that. So like, really lucky. But you're seeing right now the as good as the game gets, because usually there's a lot more to deal with. So very fortunate, and we just missed that storm. Oh, let's take a look. I don't think it's an issue, but yeah, we're doing good on time. We're kind of sticking at 10 knots, and usually you shouldn't have a problem if you have some days to work with on the contract. But if you do get a contract that's right there borderline, like it says it's going to take 60 days to deliver and the expiration date is in 61 days, you add in that 1 day for loading and unloading, and you might be over the limit there. You'll have to increase to 11, 12, sometimes 13 knots. And what I've noticed is if you're taking 2 contracts at once, it requires a bit more micromanagement, in which case you'll probably be increasing your speed to 12, 13 knots, because especially if you want to hit those nice ports for the good fuel prices. If you want to continue with that strategy and accept those extra contracts, it's going to take a bit more micromanaging. But we have excellent fuel prices once again. Awesome. All right, let's keep it going. Ooh, we only got one contract with 15 days for like 500, almost 500,000. Let's just take that real quick. Yeah, we'll go for that. Fit in a little extra contract here and maybe get some. Oh, got 21 contracts, but oh, that just changed. Oh, that's up here. Okay, we could shoot up there too. What's going on? Why are we not? My bad. Freaked me out for a second there. Let's just shoot over this way real quick. I guess we gave the crew a couple days of liberty there. And we're at 8.4 million saved up. That is good. Still nothing to repair. That is excellent. That's not a great contract. I don't really want to spend 30 days for 500,000. Let's go up here to this port. The port of Azov. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Add that. Yeah. Start contract. We'll just refuel up there also. Okay. Quick 5%. 12 grand. And lots of contracts to choose from. Okay, great. I want the big money contracts. That's what we want. Down to Singapore for 1.2. 36 days. 31 days to Kuwait. Also to Singapore. Ooh. Could we double up? No. Wait. That'd be about 56,000. We might be able to double up here. Let's go ahead and grab the big one. Awesome. Yeah, we're going to double up contracts, and we're going to the same place, so that works out perfect. That turns from a 1.2 into about a 1.7, 1.8 million dollar job. And we are at full fueling capacity. Not great prices along the route, so we'll just risk it. But that's 540. I don't even want to pay that. I just don't want to pay that. Can we refuel here? for 450. Let's do that. Right along the way. Port of Djibouti. Right there. We're going to add that to our trip. We're going to stop there first. We've got plenty of time. We'll stop at port. We'll just do a quick refuel and then we'll be on our way. 3136, 3134. Excellent. Let's go. 160,000. Sure, that's worth it. We got a lot of cargo on board, and let's go. Loading. Traveling. We're paying for security, we'll pay for a canal fee, and then we'll just pay for the fuel. And of course, we'll have to pay another installment of our ship loan. But overall, we're getting closer and closer to our mark of $10 million. But even if we hit that, we still need to build up those bank reputation points, because we need 60 for a 70% loan on our next ship. Whichever ship that might end up being. We're just going to pay the fuel cost here, 405, that's not bad. And we're going to also increase to 11 knots because I don't want to risk that time there. It's about 17 days, and we have 18 days until this bottom contract expires. So let's get underway. And we'll make 11 knots for the remainder of this trip. We drop back down to 7.6 because of those loan installments. I think we're doing great. Minimal damage to the ship and minimal mistakes so far by the crew have led to a rather successful first few years of running this company. I speak too soon. Faulty wiring is the cause of a small fire. No major damage reported. See, look at that. Even lucky there. We'll repair that as quickly as we can. That did some damage to the engine. And 1.2. We got 1.7 for that whole trip, which puts us at 9.4 million in savings. And we can indeed take some time to repair our engine or our engine room, however you want to look at that, and that's going to cost us $100,000 for just 3% damage. It'll take about a day. So while we're at it, let's look at another upgrade. We're here already. We can do LED lamps, we can do alarm and modern monitoring system, which will decrease the chance of those ship events, or also weather routing optimization system, which would be excellent also. I do like the air climate system, which is a big boost to morale. So let's go ahead and do that one. I like the weather optimization, and I also like this alarm and monitoring. Those are great upgrades. $23,000 total cost. Installation time 7 days plus 1 day for our repairs. That'll put us about 8 days in port, and we will be able to upgrade and accept that new contract. So let's fast forward 8 days. While the engineers and construction crew are hard at work, hopefully some of our crew is getting some liberty. And we're still at the shipyard. Not many global events taking place right now. We haven't seen any increased contracts or been near enough to them to take advantage of those. So we're just working with what we got for now. We're not going out of our way to visit any locations. We're kind of just showing up and taking on the next contract. And that's great. So let's drop this down to 10. Our target speed will be 10 knots, just as our standard. We could go back up to Norway, or we could go over to China. I think we can accept both of those contracts, but it's about $700,000. That's pretty good. They're not the same port. Poland for 1.8. Kind of want to accept these two contracts up to China, though. These are quick, both worth 2. We could do this one first because it's closer, and then that one. That's not bad. $700,000 for about 20 days. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's accept those. And we can even stop at the first port and hit a quick refuel. So we'll stop here. And that way we don't even have to worry about these fuel prices right now. So that looks good to me. Let's keep going. Loading. And underway. And we're back over near the South China... Whoa, almost butchered that. The South China Sea and our home port of Japan, Nagoya, which has great fuel prices as well as at the moment, and some good contracts there too. All right, quick buck there, but most importantly, we made a bit off of that because we're paying for that fuel, and we're right back underway. Could have even looked at those contracts while we're there too, and then just keep the ship moving from port to port. So I'll have to remember to do that in the future. But let's see what we got at this port. 1.4. First thing I'm looking at is how much is it worth, and then I'm looking at the tonnage and the amount of traveling time. 35 days, expiration 44. That gives us about 9 days to play around with here, which is really good time to maybe add in another trip if you can accept the tonnage, or even lower that speed to save on tons of fuel and fuel cost. So this is indeed a good trip for us to take, minus the canal fees, because we do have to go on the other side of the canal, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's go ahead and take this one. At 10 knots, we have plenty of time. We have the best prices there at our destination, so we'll just hold off for now, and we'll try to make it there without any hiccups. So let's get back underway. No time off for the crew. We have work to do. This company is relying on you. You know, I'm just thinking about it. We've been absolutely massacring our competition so far. No matter how I try to make it seem a little competitive, we're almost double the points up on the company that's closest behind us. So we're playing the game on the hardest settings possible, or at least that I know of. It's still a bit easy. Especially if you take manual control, and like the only way I see this being a problem is if these other companies are somehow able to purchase another ship before we can, and start boosting their profits and their points at a more rapid pace. If we get that second ship before they do, like even on a hard settings, we're gonna run away with this. Granted, it's gonna take a while, but to get to 10,000, but once we get more ships, this number is just going to double, right? Or maybe start tripling once we get to. It'll go up quickly. We'll see how many ships we can get by the end of this. Uh-oh, strong winds caused minor damage to the deck equipment. They are waiting for replacements. We could wait 2 days for replacements or continue with a temporary fix. We're right here. Do we have insurance? I think we're going to eat that cost. But I don't want to increase the percentage of an event happening in the future, so we're going to have to wait for the replacement parts. We did have some time to play around with there. That's what I wanted to look at, and I kind of just took Oh boy. Alright, let's refuel. Oh, no, we're not refueling there. We are gonna... Whew. Okay, 56 days for 1.3. I guess we gotta take it, because we got nowhere else to go. Greece, 22, Greece. Oh, look at that. That's what we want. We can accept both of those going to the same spot. That'll be a good contract. Okay, great. So we got 50 days to work with. And we need fuel. We can't pay for it there. We can stop at the Port of Vancouver. Nah, we're just gonna eat this cost right now. That's horrible, but look at that. We just want to be on full capacity as we make our way across the Atlantic. Let's start that contract. $2 million contract. Let's see if we can break this $10 million mark. And I'm not sure what happened here, but I just checked my mic and I think it was like on mute the whole time. So, yeah, I've been talking this whole time. So, that's super awkward if, you know, the whole first half hour or whatever of this video is silent. I guess we'll just have to deal with it, but, maybe that'll be enjoyable, but I was definitely talking that whole time. I had some really good game ideas for ideas that could make this game like super cool in terms of crew management and stress levels and crew cohesion and relationships and how that affects the efficiency of your ship and the mistakes that happen, and like cool graphics of the ship taking on waves and going through storms, and just like maybe some more in-depth management of the ship and its systems. So I was kind of talking about those ideas, and I'll be a little disappointed if that doesn't make it on the video, but regardless, I'm gonna post it because I don't want to go back. This has been an excellent episode for saving up money and getting to our goal of 10 million, which I think we should hit on this trip. We'll get that 2 million coming through, 2.3 almost, yeah, 2.3, and we're right there at the cutoff. Let's increase to 11 just in case. Oh, and we hit a storm there right at the end. So we're stuck at 10. I hope we make this contract in time. That's unfortunate. Oh, there's one. And there it is. $10.8 million. We hit our goal. That was our company goal for this episode. And that is excellent. Let's check our rivals. Still well ahead. Looks like we're doing about the same as Sea Convoy in savings right now. Car to Sea has about 8 million. Yeah, Sea Convoy is the next closest. They've got 10 million there, so they might be able to get another ship soon. But they still only have one, so if we get this second ship soon, they're out of luck. And we are at 42 points. Those points reflect our installments of our loans. 42 out of 60, and 60 is also what we need to unlock 70% loans based off our bank reputation to purchase that next ship. Let's take a quick look on what's available right now. I doubt we'll get it at the moment, but these are all up for auction. And we just don't have enough to auction for that. But look at that. That very large crude carrier can hold 305,000 tons. Oh, and it comes with an eco rating, an engine condition, and a hull condition, which means we would have to spend some money to repair that, right? I hope that's not the max it can be at. And this QMax LNG carrier would be so cool, but look how expensive that is. I'm feeling like those are the ships you want. Like, that's where the profit is. But look how much that is to get. That's a lot. Even this bulk carrier, we're almost there. We could just buy it used outright. Pretty good condition. 150,000 tons. That would be a huge boost to our company. So no matter what we end up with, that'd be great. We could probably sell this ship as well, but kind of sentimental at this point, isn't it? Keeping our first ship until the end game. I think that would be cool. She's only 44 months old. And there's another thing. Can we get years on this? I mean, I can do the math pretty easily. Like, what, that's 3 years, almost 4 years of age, but it would just be nice to maybe not do that. I hope this doesn't continue. So, yeah, we don't want to pay that price. Well, we'll look at fuel and contracts at the start of next episode. We did great. We hit our goal of 10 million for this episode, so the goal of the next episode will be to just reach these 60 installment and hopefully save up a couple more million dollars to put towards our next ship. So thanks for joining in, and we'll catch you at the next one.